So if you see Brigham, whoo, let him in. If you see Heber C. Kimball, let him in. Parley P. Pratt, Wilford Woodruff, John Tate, John's already in, but you break your line of defense. However, if you see somebody that's saying, oh, I'm finally almost home from my mission in Kentucky and Virginia, wherever he was, you hold still that line of defense, meaning that Nauvoo is now a closed-off town. Okay, so, all right. From the 18th then until the June 22nd, you'd say the days are the same. So what happens is no school over on the Nauvoo side. No piano lessons, no guitar, no singing lessons. Everybody is in boarded homes. Militaries walk the streets. Militaries have their line of defense. And you'd say there will be shooting back and forth. So you'd say a very strong military zone here. Joseph has given the word, nobody dies. In other words, you shoot, you're shooting up. You're not shooting to kill, you're shooting to say, we're trying to hold this line until we get word from Governor Ford. Finally, on June 22nd, there is word from Governor Ford's men. Governor Ford's men now come to this line of aggression. They've got white flags, and they now walk out in a pretty no-man's zone. As they walk out in the no-man's zone, when they announce that they are from Governor Ford and have a message, we break our line of defense momentarily and then close it back up and allow these men into the city. They are now taken to Joseph's home. Because they do not announce why they have come, Joseph, instead of meeting them at the front door, hides upstairs in a kind of fake closet. So you'd say it looked like a closet, all right, and the front would hang clothes like our closets, but the back had a little kind of a door you could push back so you could hide behind it, and you pushed it forward. So you could walk in the room and you say, oh, nice clothes, but you wouldn't know there was a man standing in the back of the closet with kind of a, some kind of partition board in front of him. So Joseph now hides from the governor's men. The governor's men come into the house, and they are now asked, what is your purpose in seeing Joseph? And their answer is, we have an arrest warrant for him. Okay, so here we go. We've now gone through 1, 2 arrest warrants. Here's your third. So they now announce we've got an arrest warrant. Well, the governor's men are receiving some kind of drink refreshment from Emma. One of Joseph's friends now has the arrest warrant. He sneaks away. He goes upstairs to where Joseph is in the bedroom. Joseph comes out from behind where he's been hiding. He now looks at the arrest form. The arrest form on June 22nd, it has blanks, and the blanks are now filled in. Who is being arrested? Filled in Joseph Smith. Filled in his brother Hiram Smith. What is the charge against them? Rioting on the streets of Nauvoo, as it relates to the destruction, fire of the newspaper, the what? Nauvoo Expositor. Tell me, does that appear legal? Okay, he's already been freed twice of the same charge, and suddenly, within a matter of days, the charge is the same. Joseph now looks over the arrest warrant. He's looking at the small print. As he looks over it, he cannot find on this one the phrase, you can stand trial before any judge in Hancock County. All he finds is that those being charged must go where? They must go to Carthage. Joseph, as he looks over the form, suddenly he speaks, and his comment is, there is no mercy. There is no mercy here. Now, you realize he's got to make a fast decision. Does he go downstairs, get his brother, or go with the governor's men to Carthage? And his conclusion is no. So as a result, notice he can't go this way because you got, kind of the no man's zone. You've got the two forces on either side. He goes, Joseph lived along the river. He goes, he leaves now out of the back door of his house. So here's the governor's men, talking to Emma, receiving some kind of refreshments. And you'd say, for Joseph, he now goes down the back stairs, out the back door, and he has a handkerchief on his face, and he's sobbing. So Joseph is now crying. They go down the street, and as they go down the street, he then goes to Hiram's home, gets Hiram. They then get in a small boat out here, and suddenly across the river they go to our one territory of the United States. Anybody name it? Iowa. Okay, it's right on the other side of Illinois. Now, okay, you would describe them as free men. So in Iowa, the evening of June 22nd, there's a lot of talk. And the talk goes like this. Joseph, go back, and we'll all accompany you. Joseph has 40 friends, including Willard Richards and John Taylor, eventually make it to Iowa. And you'd say at one point we had a stake in Iowa. So we know a lot about Iowa. We have 9 different wards there at one point. And so June 22nd to go to Iowa is not unusual because Latter-day Saints have been and still live there. But on June 22nd, Joseph has gathered now about 40 friends. And the subject is, what should he and Hiram do? Some will say, Joseph, go to Carthage. We'll go with you, we'll protect you. Let's not make such a big deal out of this. In other words, you go to Carthage, we'll protect you, the judge will hold court, and then you'll be, freed again, and we're home, and life just rolls on. In other words, don't blow this thing out of proportion. Others will say, you cross this, and you move your way to Carthage, 40 men, we couldn't begin to protect you. You go to Carthage, you are a dead man. So you get this 2 comments going, go to Carthage, don't go to Carthage. Finally, Joseph, amidst all this discussion, he goes, I see my way clear. He said, I've been prophesying for years that the saints will go to the Rocky Mountains. And in the Rocky Mountains, they will become a mighty people. His conclusion is, he said, Hiram and I will go there first. And when Brigham and the rest of the 12 get back, they'll merely organize everybody into covered wagons, and off they will then head now towards the west. Well, okay, so Joseph gets pretty excited about his idea. So much so that on the evening of June 22nd now of 1844, all plans to go to Carthage are null and void. No, they're not going to go to Carthage. The plan is Joseph's going to go west, and they spend the rest of the night talking about, here's what you tell Brigham, here's how he organizes wagon trains, and then he and Hiram will then go west first. Finally, by the evening, well into the evening of the 22nd, the conclusion was, well, if you're going to go west, you better take somebody with you that's a good man with a gun. Who's your guy? Okay, Orrin Porter Rockwell. Okay, so we now come to June 23rd. So we are now moving, towards his death. On June 23rd, 1844, early in the morning, while Joseph and his friends continue to talk about let's go west, others of those friends from Iowa now leave to come find Orrin Porter Rockwell. Well, Orrin Porter Rockwell actually lived down the street from Joseph Smith. When they went to, he had opened by this point a saloon in his home. And so, they now go to get Orrin. And as they go to get this Orrin Porter Rockwell, he gets pretty excited. He grabs all his guns, the adventure, he's going to go west. He's been Joseph's boyhood friend since Palmyra. He joined the church April 6, 1830. So you'd say, Orrin, he knows Joseph, he loves Joseph, and by this point, he's a deacon in the church. So you'd say, what's up, Warren? You know, you should have been, some kind of leader. And I go, he loved Joseph. Just attending church was tough. And so they now stopped at the home of Orrin. Orrin now gets pretty excited, and his conclusion was, I'm going to stop by and see Emma before I leave and grab some of Joseph's clothes and, get things that we might need. He then becomes the first person to tell Emma that Joseph will not be returning to Nauvoo, and that Joseph now has plans to go about 1,400 miles from civilization to the Rocky Mountains. At this point, Emma will now ask Orrin if he will take a letter that she now writes to her husband. For Orrin Porter Rockwell, he never learned how to read or write. And I always wonder if history would have changed if he could have been a reader-writer. But nevertheless, Emma now writes a note. And as she writes a note, Emma expresses her confidence that Governor Ford, who is now known to be in Carthage, in other words, he's left his governor's mansion in Springfield, Illinois, that Governor Ford will literally save the day. And that Joseph, in essence, don't blow this out of proportion, come to Carthage. Well, okay, with this, the letter is now taken. Okay, June 23rd, Orrin Porter Rockwell, he's all excited. They're now on the Iowa side. Joseph, Hiram, others that have stayed there have talked all day about the excitement of it's time to go west. Well, with this, Orrin now hands Joseph the letter from Emma. Joseph is reported to have read it once by himself and then to read it out loud to his friends. In the letter, Emma now not only says, go to Carthage, but she now accuses him that if he leaves to go west, she now accuses him of being a coward. Now, that word coward had a huge impact. As Joseph now read it out loud, notice all along the way he's lost friends. Goodbye David Whitmer, goodbye Oliver Cowdery, Martin Harris, and others. But all of a sudden, here's Emma. And she's now saying, go to Carthage. Several now start saying to Joseph, Emma's right. Go to Carthage. What are we doing talking about taking you all the way to the Rockies? Just go to Carthage. We can protect you. We can get past this line. We can protect you in town against all those people. Go to Carthage. At which point Joseph will say on this occasion and subsequently thereafter, if my life is of no value to my friends, it is of none to me. He then says, I go like a lamb to the slaughter, though I am void of offense towards God and man.